Quick side note, this video is going to be very cathartic, which is a new term I learned recently that pretty much means providing psychological relief through the open expression of strong emotions causing catharsis. Or in other words, this video is very confessional in nature, in a I need to get this off my chest sort of way. But, and I mean but, I highly recommend you subscribe to this channel, because after I filmed this video, I drove to my mom's house, I just walked in, and I confessed to all my addictions throughout the past 2 years, primarily my drug of choice, gabapentin. Thus far in this sobriety vlog journey, I have had to withdraw in isolation and not tell anyone. But to be honest, I've been reading a lot about repentance lately, and it's time to be honest and repent and change my ways. One of my favorite quotes from the Bible, which is a book I totally haven't read but have tried and failed many times, is, "When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things." So that's what I gotta do, and that's what you gotta do. It's time to do that. Sorry to interrupt the program with this quick side note, but the sole purpose of making these videos is to help myself while also possibly helping others. And oh boy, I am going to make mistakes, and I have. So stay tuned for this, in a sense, confession. Like, comment, and subscribe. No, I'm gonna do that again. Like, comment, and subscribe. That was so cringe. I'm never gonna say subscribe again. No more smoking in videos. I don't know if it's allowed. I don't see it anymore. Therefore, I'm not going to do it because I take this channel very seriously, even though it seems like I don't. We'll get the video started in 1 minute. Just hold on. Gotta get my coffee. I finally got a better cup. It says the best time to drink coffee is now. Whoever wrote that piece of copy or jingle or whatever it is a douche. If there's two type of humors I hate, it's drug puns. They suck. Stay off the grass. Or 2, coffee puns, or people that wear shorts or shirts. I'm a little out of it today. That say not until I've had my first cup of coffee. 1, coffee doesn't even do anything, dude. It's like barely even a stimulant. But I drink coffee constantly, so who am I to complain? Alright, let's get into this video. This is going to be a very chaotic video because I did something stupid, and I have no choice but to presume that you've read the title already. I think I'm going to title it something like, I gotta be honest, I messed up, but hear me out, and I will not give up. And no, I did not relapse on Kratom or opiates. I am at days, I can't even keep track anymore, 16 or 17. I have not done it. And we'll get into the vitamin C thing later, but a big part of this video is going to be praising vitamin C. But let me just tell you what happened. I've been honest from the get-go on this channel. If you go back to the beginning of my sobriety vlogs, you can see that the first 3 days I wrote quitting Kratom / Gabs. And gabapentin is my soulmate. It's my drug of choice. It's my favorite thing. It is the hardest thing I've ever had to get off of. And I don't even really withdraw that bad. I just like the feeling it gives me so much that I feel like I can't live without it. And during this whole detox process, I have taken, not a lot, but a little bit of Gabs about every 3 days. I'll get into that later, though. So since I've been doing that, like every 72 hours, I'll take two in the morning, two in the afternoon, two in the evening. And in my mind, I'm like, well, I can't be addicted if I'm only taking it every 3 days. That's just like science. But like I said, some guy on Reddit said the half life was 50 hours, and a half life, like Suboxone, has a very long half life. That's why people withdraw from Suboxone for a very long time, because the half life. So he said it has a 50-hour half life. I looked it up and it said 6 to 7 hours. That's close to like Vicodin. So it shouldn't be in my system if I'm only taking it every 3 days. And yes, I will admit it's irresponsible. It's junky behavior. But listen, this is going to be a process. I got to break a lot of bad habits. And what I'm about to tell you is going to be, what is this? It's going to be a bad habit. And I think, you know what? I don't even think you should be disappointed, because hear me out, okay? So the other day, I started taking the vitamin C, and it helped with everything, but I was still only sleeping for like 2 or 3 hours. And I was like, dude, it's been like almost 3 weeks. Like, I can't keep going on only sleeping like 3 hours. So, one thing I've been obsessing over compulsively, and I almost don't want to say this on camera, because now that I'm going to say it, people might look at my face and think maybe he's right. But I'm really afraid that two things are going to age me really fast and really bad. One, smoking. I have one of those roll-up machines. I buy the tobacco at the store that happens to sell Kratom. That's actually how I got back into Kratom. I was buying tobacco at a tobacco store, and I was like, $20. I even said to him, I'm like, you guys gotta hike up these prices, because this amount, 100 grams, is worth like $60 online. So that's how I got in. But anyway, I was sick of spending a lot of money on Marlboro Lights, so I switched to the, it's a machine. You put the filters in, you pull a lever, you make your own cigarettes. They're horrible cigarettes. They taste terrible. Um, so I wouldn't recommend them, because my cough, like, this is what I sound like when I breathe. That's not good. There's no way that's good. But I keep tiptoeing around what I need to get to in the story, so let me stop rambling. So I realized, holy crap, smoking and not sleeping is gonna age me. I'm gonna look in a month. I'm gonna look 40, and I don't want to look 40. I wanna be forever young. So I was freaking out, and I texted this girl who sells Lunesta. If you're, I think said in my first video I took Lunesta the first or second night. It didn't work that well, but I did go out and get it, and it is sort of like Ambien, but I don't think it's as crazy. And it kind of knocks you out. So I texted, I said, hey, can I get 8 of those? And she didn't respond, and I was like, hey, listen, if you want to do this, I gotta head up pretty soon, because I need to do something tonight. Of course, I was lying. I don't do anything. I sit around all day. And she texted back, and she was like, sure, come meet me. So I drove not too far away, like a little town over. And I always kind of hate having to buy stuff from this girl. I'm not buying anything from her anymore. But, like, every time I did buy stuff, she would talk a lot, because dealers, they think that their clients are their friends. But here's the thing, clients treat drug dealers like kings, because they want free drugs. And they don't want to upset the dealer. So every dealer I've ever known will just rant about stupid shit for like 20 minutes, and you're like, dude, I gotta get out of here. And you're still talking about your dream last night. I don't care about your dream. Give me the pills and let me reverse out of your stupid driveway. And also, she kind of insults me a lot. She calls me an idiot and a moron, and which I'm okay. I have thick skin. I'll deal with that. But I said in an earlier video that I'm sick of being a pushover, so I'm trying to fix that. Anyway, I drive to meet her, pull up the long driveway, I text her, hey, I'm here. And then I pull in, and she comes out. She gives them to me. And I said, all right, thank you so much. Like, these are really going to help. I'm only going to take, like, 1 or 2 a night for 4 nights. So she starts telling this long story about her car breaking down, and I'm not even listening. I'm basically just looking at her, like, nodding and trying to subliminally tell her I have to leave. And I did have to leave. And she said one thing. She said, hey, I'm going on vacation to Ocean City for 2 weeks. And if you're a Marylander, I'm a Marylander, Ocean City is the bee's knees. It's where we all went during our childhood. There's a boardwalk, a carnival, you're at the beach. Pretty cool place, I think, still. I don't know. I haven't been there in a long time. So I was like, all right, well, I'm not really worried about that because I just needed these Lunesta. And she went, well, you should have asked me. She said, I have my pins back. And pin is short for Klonopin, which, and I've said this before, when I'm detoxing from a serious withdrawal, I do, what's the word? What is the word? Utilize benzos short periods. I'll take benzos for 4 days when I'm withdrawing. I've done it thousands of times. I will never get addicted to benzos. So I'm like, dude, why didn't you tell me that? She's like, yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow at 10, so if you want to come by at 9. So I'm like, maybe. I kind of blew it off. And then she said, I'll throw in some free Adderall. So, if I look squirrely right now and tired and like borderline insane, it's because yesterday I got 4 Klonopin and 4 Adderall, 25 milligrams. And I got home and I did that shit. But I'm wondering, you know, to me, this isn't really like a bump in the road or a relapse, because I'll be honest, I've always used Adderall for projects. Not necessarily video editing, but like recording music. Every album I've ever put out was on Adderall. I think I have ADD and I really need it to focus. Also, it gets me high. I can't lie about that. I like the feeling. So yesterday, 9 in the morning, drove up, met her, gave them to me. All right, have a good vacation. Left, went home and immediately partook in what I call the combo, which is you take like 0.5 milligrams of Klonopin, and then you pop an Adderall, and then you get a crap ton of work done. I'm trying not to curse anymore. You get a crap ton of work done. Like, the motivation is like, all right, I'm going to start editing. In my default, I am such a lazy slob that it's liberating for me to take Adderall and be like this, like, freaking, you know, hardworking individual that accomplishes his goals, you know? So I spend a lot of time, sometimes I think I should be on Adderall, but it's a drug. And long term, I want to get officially sober, and I don't want to do Adderall, anything, benzos. I don't want to drink. So I am on a path, and I did not relapse on my drug of choice that was sustaining me. So I kind of call it a victory, but also I did what I always do on Adderall, and this is going to get really personal and honestly kind of gross. But I think a lot of Adderall users will relate. I took it, and as soon as I took it, I was like freaking out because I've been taking large doses of vitamin C. And I went on Reddit and I was like, can vitamin C counteract Adderall? and everybody was like talking about orange juice. Like they were worried that the vitamin C in the orange juice was making their Adderall not work. But here's the thing, orange juice has like 200 milligrams of vitamin C in it. I'm taking 4,000. So I didn't feel it, and I was like kind of freaking out. So I saw something online that said go eat a bunch of antacids like Tums. So I ran up to my medicine cabinet. I grabbed like 8 Tums, chewed them down. I like Tums. I think they taste good. And all of a sudden I was buzzing. And I was like, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to film a bunch of videos, like in rapid succession. I'm not going to put them out right now, but I will have the footage to edit in the future when I get the motivation to do it. But here's the thing, you're going to see these videos, and you can tell, like, I'm a little aggressive. Like, it's hard to be funny when you're on speed because you just come off as kind of a lunatic. So I worked hard on that for hours and hours and hours. And then I did what I always do on Adderall because I hate the crash and I fear the crash. And like I said in another video, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I tell all about myself. I don't care how shameful it is. When I take Adderall, I get a bunch of work done. And then once it starts kind of wearing off and I'm kind of sick of doing work, I will watch porn for 14 hours. I have done that so many times in my life, to the point where it's actually, if you go on the ADHD subreddit, so I don't think I'm going to take Adderall in the future, even though it helps me a lot with my creative endeavors. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, that's like part 1 essentially of this video. I just kind of wanted to like borderline apologize, but it's not really an apology because I don't think I messed up that bad. It's not like I went out and bought Kratom, but it still wasn't a good thing to do when you're trying to be sober, and also when you're trying to preach for other people to be sober. Am I a hypocrite now? So I have all these thoughts going in my head, but my borderline philosophy is be honest, tell the truth. So I hope y'all aren't too upset, but there is a part 2 of this video, and I think a couple days ago I made a video about vitamin C, and I had to be very cryptic about it because a lot of the vitamin C videos on YouTube don't have a lot of views, and a lot of people are like, they're suppressing this because rehabs don't want people to know that I'm starting to think vitamin C cures everything. No joke. I'm not one of those health nuts, you know, like my mom. She's kind of like a borderline QAnon person, and she'll be like, a couple months ago, she was like, I was watching this pastor, and he said that Revelations is going to happen soon. There's going to be a plague, and he told his followers to buy Listerine. So I bought a bunch of Listerine just in case. And I'm like, all right, Mom, you're like teetering on the edge of insanity here. Like, Listerine is not going to do anything if there is like another bubonic freaking plague. But she buys like mushroom complex and I think she's addicted to buying stuff on Amazon, like vitamins. So I'm not a health nut, but like, if you research vitamin C, I read a post that said I megadosed on it. Dude wasn't even an addict. Said he got great energy and motivation. Some people say it cures the common cold. And one time I was like deathly hungover years ago. Took a megadose of vitamin C and I felt fine. So I'm wondering if there's something to this vitamin C powder. Because what it did for me the past 3 days was it made me... Okay, so when you decide to get sober and you're like, dude, I'm going to have like a long withdrawal, detox, and then pause. Basically, you know, you're well aware it's going to take a very long time till you feel normal and back to yourself again, because your brain is essentially relearning how to live without drugs. So I don't know about you, but I always go, Well, I can't wait till the moment that I wake up and I feel good and energetic and I feel normal. Like I'm not having no restlessness. I'm sleeping. You know what I mean? Like you just want to get back to that normal feeling. And I've been there before. I've been there before where I didn't take it for a long time. I didn't take anything. And I started like doing all this motivational stuff and going to the gym and hitting the heavy bag. And it was awesome. It was honestly the best time of my life. What was I talking about? Oh, so when I would take a couple scoops of the vitamin C powder, it took about 30 minutes to work and it caused a lot of abdominal discomfort and diarrhea. But I took one Imodium. I think that helped. And within 30 minutes, I'm like walking around and I'm like, dude, I have all this motivation and energy. I'm not depressed. I'm not getting chills. My body feels fine. And I was like, this is kind of like a miracle. But I'm afraid because I read that when you quit opiates, they leave your receptors and that's why you withdraw. So the vitamin C kind of replaces the opiates and fills the receptors, the opiate. So then I started wondering, well, when I stop taking vitamin C, am I going to go be back to square one? I don't know. And to be honest, I'm too afraid to look that up because it's working so well that I don't want to look it up and have it discourage me. I told somebody and they said it's a placebo. And I'm like, well, screw it. Placebos are fine. I like placebos. It doesn't matter. Like if I think it's working and I feel better, that's all I need to know. So, vitamin C, I don't know, dude, you should try it. And I'm worried about talking about that. I don't know, dude. Here's the thing about YouTube is you really don't know what you can talk about. I don't know if you guys remember 2020, but I had my main channel where I made video essays in 2020. And during that time, every single YouTuber had to tiptoe around this imaginary censorship. Like they didn't know what they could say or couldn't say or what words they could put in their titles. Like prison channels were starting to spell prison like PR1S0N. Um, so you don't really know what's going to make you family friendly. That's why I'm trying not to smoke. But also, if I start preaching this vitamin C thing, I don't know, like maybe, I don't know. I don't even care. I don't care. I don't care. I changed my mind. Alright, now I'm going to end this video with a little rant about myself. But before I go on, I know I have a few watchers, and I'm sorry I haven't been reading the comments that much because it kind of stresses me out because I'm detoxing. Like, I just kind of upload and just put it out there into the universe. Eventually, I'll start reading the comments more. Usually, once a week, I'll just respond to all of them. But, oh my god, where was I going with that? Oh, I can't believe it. I don't know where I was going with that. Let me just try to start over. So, I'm going to end this with a little rant about myself. Dude, I can't remember. Let me just rant without even thinking about it. Lately, I've been doing very good, and like, I hate to say it, I'm proud of myself for doing this. It wasn't easy. I think I'm, like, almost out of the woods. I don't know. I think a lot of people that watch this channel are trying to do it with me. One guy said he was on day 19 when I was on day 6, so it's always good to watch other people vlog their experiences. I just want you guys to know I'm rooting for all of you. And I try to keep a very positive, theme of these videos because you can do it, dude. It's not that bad. And honestly, try vitamin C powder. It like seriously works. But I consider what I did yesterday a mess up, bad judgment, stupid thing to do. I just want to be honest with you. That's why I'm kind of very philosophical, analytical right now. I think it's still in effect, and I didn't sleep, and yeah. I guess that's it. Like, subscribe, comment if you want to, uh, subscribe if you want to. So, keep positive because new and exciting things are happening every day. Thanks for watching.